Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. சார் நான் பேசுறது கேக்குதா உங்களுக்கு? எஸ் சார். நீங்க பேசுறது கேக்குது எனக்கு. ஓகேங்களா? நீங்க அதுக்கு தகுந்த மாதிரி ஸ்டூடெண்ட் கிட்ட அவங்க கிட்ட சொல்லுங்க சார். ஓகேங்களா? இந்த இது வந்து ஸ்கிரீன்ஷாட்ல வந்து இது பண்ணிக்கங்க. கரெக்ட்டா. ஆமா. என்ன அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு ஃபாலோ பண்ணிட்டீங்கன்னா போதும். அவ்வளவுதான். வேற ஒண்ணும். சரிங்களாங்க சார்? ஒண்ணும் பிரச்சனை இல்ல. அவசரம். நீங்க வந்து இப்ப இத மட்டும் போட்டு விட்டுருங்க சார். இப்ப அந்த ஸ்கிரீன் இருக்குல்ல, ஃப்ரண்ட் இத வந்து சும்மா ஜஸ்ட் அத போட்டு வச்சுருங்க. வேற ஒண்ணும். சரிங்களா? டன் சார். தேங்க் யூ. ஓகே, ஓகே. சிறப்பா. அதே மாரி வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, நான் பேச ஆரம்பிக்கிறப்ப, அதாவது நீங்க எனக்கு முன்னாடி பேசுவாங்கல்ல, ஓகேங்களா? ஜஸ்ட் இப்ப யாராவது இருக்காங்களா? என்ன ஏது? வெல்கம் அட்ரஸ்ன்னு சொல்லி சொல்றேன். வெல்கம் அட்ரஸ் நானு. எனக்கு அந்த இன்ட்ரோ ஆமா. குடுக்குறப்ப சரிங்களா? ரெக்கார்டிங் வந்து பண்ணி வச்சுக்கங்க. அதுக்காக சொல்றேன். இல்ல இருக்குமே நம்ம இதுலங்க. இன்ஸ்டிடியூஷன் அப்படிங்களா? ஓ! சரி, சரி, சரி. அப்ப ஸ்கிரீன்ஷாட் மேக்ஸிமம் என்ன பண்ண முடியுமோ பண்ணிக்கங்க. சரிங்களா? டன் சார். தேங்க் யூ. ஓ.
Jasprit sir, good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
Yeah, doing good, sir. How about you, sir?
Good.
Thank you so much, sir, for accepting your invitation.
Oh, no issues, sir.
Sir, we will start within another 5 minutes, sir.
Okay, no issues.
Participants
No
are
issues.
joining. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
I hope my voice is clear to you.
It's clear,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Clear, sir.
Yes, sir. It's
Okay.
clear, sir. Yes.
Prakash sir.
HOD,
Yes,
sir,
sir.
good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Mechanical students, sir.
Yes, sir. Informed, sir. Most probably they will join soon.
Okay, sir. Good evening, sir.
Informed all the department.
Sir, Jasprit sir. Good evening, sir.
I hello. I request you to please allow me to share my screen.
Yeah, sure, sir. Sure, sir. So now you can share, sir. So now you can share, sir. Sir, are you able to share?
So Mr. Jasprit has still not got the permission to share.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, I stopped my presentation. He can share now.
Okay, let
Yeah.
me just configure him.
Yeah, please.
I request you to please make me host so that I can share my screen.
No issues, sir. You can share, sir. Even all the participants can share. No, no issues. Sir, are you using that present now button? Yadav sir, the control is open, so it is not a problem. He can share. I think he will join again.
I'm on his call with him. Let me
Okay,
just configure him. Okay.
okay, fine. Dear participants, please wait for 5 minutes. The resource person will join. So he's facing some technical issue. Yadav sir, is it okay or anything I have to do from my side?
I've asked him to share the PPT with me, and I'll be trying to share the screen.
Yeah, okay,
No,
fine.
because yeah, just give me 2 more seconds, and
Yeah, sure,
everything
sure.
will be sorted. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, please.
Hello. So,
Ah,
sir, Mr. Jaspreet is not able to join the meeting again. So, could you please check from your end why he's not able to join the meeting?
oh, I think participants are maximum. Just a second.
Just check.
Sir, please ask him to join now, sir.
Sir, is this screen visible
Yeah,
to you
screen.
all?
Yeah. Screen is visible, sir.
Okay.
So please ask him to join now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just give me a second. Jaspreet ji, your screen is visible now.
Yes, sir. Now it is okay.
Yeah. We can start the
Yeah,
presentation
shall
now.
we start? Yeah. Okay. So just a second. I will ask my student to start him. Soumya, you can start now. Soumya.
Yes, sir. A very warm and colorful evening to one and all gathered here. Yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, and today is a gift from God, which is why we call it as a present. To make this present a more colorful one, I welcome our knowledge to resource person, flexible HOD, all treasured invitees, reverend teachers, and of course our supporting students for today's session. Now, I request our broad-minded HOD, Dr. S. Jagannathan of EEE Department at Dr. NGP iTech, Coimbatore, to give felicitation address to the gathering.
Soumya, let's call convener, sir, right? So
Okay, sir.
HOD sir may join afterwards. Okay.
Okay, sir. So now I also request our coordinator of Entrepreneurship Development Cell, Dr. P. Shiva Prakash, to welcome our students with a welcome address.
Very warm good evening to one and all present here. First of all, I would like to welcome all on behalf of Entrepreneur Development Cell, Dr. NGP Institute of Technology, Entrepreneurship Development and Innovation Institute, Government of Tamil Nadu. They recently started a flagship program to create awareness about orientation for the engineering students with the help of Anna University Region Center. So in that purpose, nearly 127 institutions they applied. We are one of the institute received a project from them. So first of all, I would like to welcome our today's guest, Mr. Jaspreet Singh, IP Quartz co-founder. I welcome you, sir, for today's workshop regarding intellectual property rights. Also, at this moment, I would like to welcome our Honorable Chairman, respected Dr. Nalaji Palniswamy, sir, respected Madam Secretary, Dr. Dawamani D. Palniswamy, respected Trustee Dr. Arun Palaniswamy, respected Ms. Madhu, Director, Academic Development, respected Dr. O.T. Bhuneshwaran, Chief Executive Officer, Koya Medical Center Research Educational Trust, Principal Dr. S.U. Prabhavan, and Head of the Department Dr. A.S. Jagannathan, Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering. Also, head department from various departments of our institution, Dr. NGP Institute of Technology, and faculty members from Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, and various departments, including all the coordinators of entrepreneurship development cell. Also, I would like to welcome our coordinator of this program, Mr. R.B. Selvakumar, Assistant Professor, Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering. Without the participant, this program will not be a success. So I welcome all the participants from our own institution and out of our institution. Okay, I welcome one and all for this today's workshop on intellectual property rights. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your expertise. Now, I really feel blessed to introduce our today's session speaker, Mr. Jasprit Singh, who has completed his bachelor's degree at Punjab Technical University and currently having experience of about 12 years. And currently, he is working at IP Squared Partners, New Delhi, as a founder and CEO. As a CEO, he has trained more than 150 professionals in patent writing, resulting in vast exposure to multiple domains such as CS, AI, ML, data science, product design, mechatronics, etc. With these beautiful words, I request Sir to take up the session.
Sir, Jasprit, sir.
Mr. Jasprit, are you there?
To unmute.
No.
Jasprit, sir.
Yeah. I hope my voice is clear to
Yes,
you.
sir. Welcome.
Yes, your voice
Yes,
is clear,
sir.
Jasprit.
Yeah. Thank you all. Thanks for the introduction. Without taking much time, let me start the workshop and see what are your inputs and feedbacks regarding this, or how this will be helpful to you. So let's start this session, this workshop regarding intellectual property. So I have a question for all of you. Many of you hear about this term intellectual property. So what do you mean by intellectual property? In a layman language, what do you mean by intellectual? Any person from your side can define the term intellectual or define the term property? Any one of you? In a layman language, not in technical terms, in a layman language.
So the property of our own that we created by ourselves.
So, yeah, kind of. A property may be any tangible thing.
Dear participant, you just interact with our today's speaker. It will be a nice session. After 1 hour only, you know the output of this thing. So that is what our Jasprit Singh, what he is asking, whatever the things comes in your mind, you talk. That's it.
Okay.
Then automatically he will explain all about your doubts.
Okay. So intellectual is something that is creation of mind. And property is something that is tangible, that is owned by you. You can rent it out, you can sell it out, you can license it out, or you can use for yourself. So intellectual property is kind of the creation created by any intellect, and that is your property. If you look around yourself, you are using mobile phone is a type of IP. You are having books, it is also a kind of IP. You are having uh, mobile phones, laptops, automobile vehicles, all these are type of IP. So it's a kind of property that was invented by some intellectual property, creation created by someone, and sorry, intellectual property is the creation of the intellect mind and having some rights on it. So when we say intellectual property rights, we say that claiming something on your creation or your invention or any artistic work or any literature art or any inventions that is solely, or maybe combination of some two or three intellectuals, you are coming up with some new invention, new thing, and you want to have right on it, or you want to claim that thing, that this property or this invention or this particular things belongs to you. It can be anything. It can be a poem, it can be a research paper article, it can be any invention, any app. So IP is the kind of products, tangible or non-tangible services, products that is invented by someone. And when we say IPR rights, intellectual property rights, it's basically claiming your rights, claiming your ownership on these or those intellectual properties. So, Dr. NGP Institute of Technology, at your respective institute, you have multiple IPs in your classroom. A projector is there, a screen is there, a furniture article is there. All these are types of IP that was created by someone at some point of time, having some rights over it. Even in a layman language, I say that the property of the NGP, Dr. NGP Institute of Engineering, is also a type of IP that no one else can use it. If someone wants to use the property of your institute, he or she or the entity has to take permission from the respective institute. Similarly, in IP also, intellectual property also, if you are having your invention and you protected your invention, so the one who wants to use that invention has to take permission from your side, or has to take consent from your side. So intellectual property rights are the rights or the protection given to the applicant or the owner for different types of IP. So every protection or every type of IP has different enforcement period. So today I will be discussing few of them: copyrights, trademark, design, patent, trade secrets, plant varieties, ICs, geographical indication. So we will be covering few of them. So let's start with the first one, a trademark. A trademark is a word or a phrase or a logo or any combination of that, or any imaginary picture. In the starting, if you see in the first page, this is the logo of Dr. NGP Institute of Technology. In the above section, in the bottom section, IP Quad logo is there. Similarly, when I talk about logo, a logo can be a word or a drawing, anything that is related to your brand name, or a mascot, or a symbol, or any combination of these. A logo is given to the applicant for a period of 10 years. So this type of IP, that is trademark, is given for a period of 10 years, and it can be renewed before the completion of 10 years up to indefinite period of time. So before the lapse of every 10 years, you can file for the renewal of the trademark by submitting or depositing some fees that is related to renewing your trademark. Nike, Reebok, KitchenAid, Air India. You have mobile phones with you, Samsung, Apple. You have laptops with you, Dell, HP. All these are having some brand name or logo over it. So basically, this is the IP for 10 years for maybe startups, or any you want to launch your product, any apparel product or any services or any app. So you give a name to it. Zomato, Uber, Swiggy, these are also a brand name or a logo. Pepsi, Thumbs Up, Coca-Cola, all these are trademarks or brand name. Like in engineering or in school life, we have different classes for different domains. Similarly, in trademark classification also, we have 45 classes. Class 45 for legal consulting, class 41 for education sector, class 36 for financial or monetary affairs, class 1 for chemical industry, class 21 for kitchen appliances, class 18 for your uh, something related to your agriculture. So every specific brand name or trademark has a class associated to it. Pepsi ये दिल मांगे मोर, Mentos दिमाग की बत्ती जला दे, मैगी टेस्ट भी, हेल्थ भी, हेवल्स शॉक लगा क्या. Many trademarks, these are the quite few famous examples that I am giving you, but if you look around yourself, there are many trademark examples you already know. Basic criteria for having a trademark: similar pronouncing names or homophones won't be getting the trademark. That doesn't mean you can't file for it, but you won't be getting that. I taken one example, empty. Remove E from the starting. Again, pronounce it empty. Remove Y from the last. Again, empty. Remove P from the starting. P from the middle. Again, empty. Now, pronounce all the trademarks. Empty, 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 empty. So these are homophones. Similar pronouncing names or homophones won't be getting a trademark for the trademark application. Few trademark infringement example: a case between PayPal and Paytm. If you see the color combination of PayPal and Paytm, look at the similarity between these two trademarks: light blue color and dark blue. So PayPal accused Paytm that they are using similar color combination and using first name, that is pay, and that is affecting the business of PayPal. The case is still going on. Another coffee chain, Starbucks, filed a case against a local coffee chain, Starbucks. See the similarity, Starbucks, Starbucks. So the Indian Trademark Office asked the local coffee chain retailer, Starbucks, to change their name from Starbucks to Sardar G. Baksh. Similar pronouncing name, homophones. You can't have a similar pronouncing name. As I was saying, that a trademark can be a representation also. In this case, if you see the similarity between Oreo and Fabio, look at the similarity between the presentation of Oreo and Fabio. So Oreo filed a case against the Parley for their product Fabio. Oreo stated that because of the similar presentation of the brand name or the product, the business of Oreo is being affected. So the case is still going on in the Indian Penal Code. So I was saying that you can't have a trademark with similar pronouncing name, that is homophones. I quoted examples also. But if you see here at the right side, top right side, I quoted one example, BlackBerry and BlackBerry. So can any one of you or any participant among yourself can answer my question, how come the BlackBerry in the apparel section got a trademark, but though the BlackBerry into electronic section was already there, how come this trademark was given to the BlackBerry into the apparel section? These are homophones. So how come? Any one of you can answer my question? Many participants are there. I think I expect at least some even a weird reply also. But any one of you can.
There are that are different sectors.
Yes, exactly. Bang on, sir. In this particular slide, I mentioned you that every trademark has a class. So BlackBerry, the earlier BlackBerry, the known BlackBerry, was into mobile sector. And the second BlackBerry is into apparel sector. So the BlackBerry into apparel sector was not affecting the business of the BlackBerry into the mobile section. So they were having different class. Similar pronouncing name with different class can have a trademark. So that is the only reason the BlackBerry into the apparel section got a trademark. Another example, Saurabh. See, the spelling is different, but pronunciation is similar. Bilseri, Bisleri, Bilseri, Brisley. Nike, just do it. Nika, must I make do it? McDonald's, McDonald's. See the similarity. So all these are trademark infringing example. Any questions till now regarding trademark?
Yes, sir. Some of the students, they posted their queries in chat box. 1 second.
Okay, let me check, sir. Let me check.
Yeah. How to get lifetime approval for logo? This is the first question asked by Soumya.
So you won't be getting a trademark for lifetime. you will be getting for first 10 years. Before the ending of 10 years, you can renew it up to indefinite period. That means every 10 years you have to renew it.
What is the difference between innovation and invention?
So innovation and
One of
invention.
the students,
Innovation,
Starlata. Yeah.
what, sir? I will be coming on to that.
What is the difference between innovation and invention?
Yes, I am saying I will be coming on to that when I will be discussing about patents.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
Sure, sir. Then
Any other question?
one more thing, innovation and yes, sir. That's it, sir. So because you are going to start that part, then after that we'll discuss another question later.
Okay.
You carry on, sir. Thank you. Yeah.
Another type of IP is copyright. This type of IP is basically given for your artistic or literature work. Paintings, music, sculptures, films, songs, advertisement, cartoon characters, research papers, your databases, software programs, architectural drawings. So anything related to artistic work or literature art, it comes under copyright. It is also a protection of your content for a period of lifetime plus 60 years. That means life plus 60 years from the death of that applicant or owner. So that is why we say that Amitabh Bachchan is still using the poetry of Harivansh Rai Bachchan. So this is basically for literature art and artistic work. Recordings, dramas, musical recordings, cartoon characters, many show characters, that advertisements, all these comes under copyright. Your books, your lectures, everything. Even my presentation comes under copyright. Few trademark infringement example. The makers of Bala, a case was filed. A case was filed by the makers of Ujjada Chaman against the makers of Bala. The makers of Ujjada Chaman quoted that they were in discussion with the makers of Bala from 2013 2014 for this movie. But at that point of time, they refuse our content. But in the later stage, they also come up with the same content. Another trademark infringement example is a European artist that is accused the makers of Judgmental Hekya for using her poster. Look at the similarity between the poster. Another case is between tips industry and wig music. Many music apps are there that provide or that broadcast music to you. Wig music is one of them. SoundCloud is also there. Many other are also there. So tips industry gives the permission to wig music to allow the user of wig music to broadcast the songs on which tips industries were having right. But Wink Music also gave them the right. The Wink Music also gave their users the right to download the songs. So that was a breach of agreement between Wink Music and Tips Industry, because in the agreement it only says that they will allow the user to broadcast it, not to download it. So Wink Music paid the royalties to the tips industry for allowing their user to download the music that was the copyright of tips industries. So another case is, if you look around yourself, suppose Dr. NGP Institute is coming up with some video series, video lectures, and for that video lectures, they are taking a nominal fees of 1,000 rupees per student. And for that video series, video lectures, 100 or maybe 500 students enrolled in Tamil Nadu or maybe in India. But only 500 or 1,000 students enroll, but after a year or so, these video series of video lectures were distributed or were there or were used by around 1 lakh students. So how come the video series were given to only 1,000 students but were being used by 1 lakh students? So maybe anyone of that 1,000 student circulated that video, or maybe anyone of you leaked that video. But how to control that? First of all, if a person is using your content, any content of your college or my content, he or she has to take permission or consent from me. But for taking permission or consent, I need to have copyright of my content. If I'm having that protection, so I can easily request or easily say that if someone is using my content, he or she or the company has to take permission from me to use the content. If someone is not using my content, that is copyright infringement case. So I can easily file a case against anyone, the ones who are not using my content. So for that, I need to have a copyright. But in the case of video series or video lectures, Supreme Court says that you can't restrict anyone from using your content for education. So ultimately, you can't do anything. Another example is that many hard copies, many books are there, many engineering books are already available, but their PDF copies are also available over the web easily. So can it be tracked down? Can it be stopped? If it can be stopped, what is the procedure? If you ask me, it can be stopped, but the reason or the main point is, who will track down all the competitors or all the infringers? Because not only in India, even in the world also, how will you track down the ones who are using your content? So it is quite impossible to track down the ones who are using your content. If you can track down the ones, you can easily file a copyright infringement case against them. But for that, you need to have a copyright for your content or for your research paper or for your any other thing. So this was copyright. Any questions regarding copyright or trademark?
So do we can get copyright for any artistical things, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Any other question? Any other question? Shall I continue?
Let's continue, sir. Let's
Yes, sir. You can continue. Yeah.
Okay. Another type of IP is design. Basically, this is also a type of protection. So let me ask you, what is a design in a layman language? Any one of you, what is a design?
design realizing the theoretical concept to physical.
Sir, in a layman language, not technical language.
Creating something. Creating something.
What creating? Creating what? I'm saying design.
Design. Okay. So let's take a jewel for example. So
Yes.
jewel we can do it itself.
Yes. Design is basically shape of a product, structure of a product. I'm not saying the functionality. The appearance of a product. You have mobile phones around yourself. If you see your mobile phone, some mobile phones having power start button at the right, someone having start button at the middle, someone having start button at the left side, some volume button at the left side, someone having volume button at the right side. So someone having camera at the back of the middle of the mobile phone, someone having at the right side, someone having at the left side. So every product has a distinct design, not the functionality. Again, I'm saying not the functionality. Look around yourself. You use multiple vehicles. Every vehicle is distinct in terms of shape, the appearance, the structure, not the functionality. A chair with a 4 leg, a chair with a 5 leg, a chair with a 6 leg. Difference, where is the difference between the legs? But again, I am saying, what is the difference? The shape is the difference, not the functionality. So this is also a type of IP that is given to an applicant or the owner for a period of 10 years, and it can be renewed for 5 more years from the date of filing. A design of a tire. In the world, there are around 10 lakh tire designs. A design of a footwear, a design of a handbag, design of a SUV vehicle. Look at the right side. Ford, Nissan, BMW, Hyundai, Toyota, Jeep. See the difference between the design. So, in design, we say the shape of the product. No services involved in it. The shape of a product, tangible thing. In this, we don't cover architectural drawings. Architectural drawings covered in copyright, not in this. In this, Indian Patent Office or any other patent office takes 7 views of your product. First is prospective, front, back, top, bottom, left, right. 7 views of your product is being submitted in the patent office for your design application. A design of a bag, a design of a frame, a design of the apparel you are wearing, a design of a shoe, a design of a dustbin, a design of a Visa card, design of the apparel you are wearing. Someone is wearing checks, someone is wearing lining, someone are wearing polka dots. All these comes under designs. Design of cutlery. So when we talk about design, design is basically the appearance of the product, not the functionality. So this is also a protection. Apple was having a design application D593087. At the left side, a design Apple design application was there, protected application was there. At the right side, Samsung Galaxy series mobile phone is there. So look at the similarity between the design. The round structure, the inner frame, the home button. So in 2006, 2007, before the launch of Samsung Galaxy series, Samsung, without taking consent from Apple, used the protected design of Apple. The protected design was D593087. So in 2010, Apple filed a case against Samsung that Samsung used their protected design and sell out and developed a product with the name of Samsung Galaxy series and sold out their products over the world. So royalties were being paid by Samsung to Apple of $399 million for just using the protected design of Apple without taking any license, without taking permission from Apple. Samsung used their protected design. So that is the simple trademark infringement case that is quite famously known to the public. So when we talk about design is basically something, the appearance of the product, shape of the product,
But
not the functionality.
I'm having a doubt. So actually, in engineering, we are telling that design means based on the domain. We can say the design, like in mechanical design means the structure, everything they can tell. If electrical design means we can say the calculation of the windings or calculation of something. Everything we are telling as design. But you are telling that it is structural design. It means the appearance of the product. Whether how it has some controversy now. How can we understand that?
So basically, what I am saying, as you said, the structural appearance of a product,
Okay.
not the functionality.
Okay. So in the IPR, we cannot say that software designed. We cannot say like that, right?
No. That comes under copyright. So
Okay. Oh, fine. Okay. Software comes under copyright. The coding and all we can copyright it.
yes. So when we say all the applications, the apps, that comes under copyright, not into designs.
Designs. Okay. Thank you, sir. Please continue.
Okay. When I talk about design is basically the appearance of a tangible product.
Okay.
That is why I was saying a chair with a 4 leg, a chair with a 5 leg.
Yeah.
So the appearance, not the functionality. So any questions regarding design?
Sir,
Yes.
yeah. Software code can be protected using copyright, whereas software along with the hardware can be patented.
So, software in India can't be patented, but software having some hardware applications, including some hardware components, can go for patents. I will be discussing about that too. So there was a question regarding innovation and invention. By your innovation, by your innovation, you come up with an invention. You are innovative enough to create an invention that is useful to someone. Innovation is something unique that you have created that was not known to everyone or earlier. That is your thought, your innovating idea, due to which an invention is being generated. So in patents, the first thing is, shall I continue, or is there any question regarding design?
So probably we can continue.
So in patent, the next is the main part of IP is patent. Patent is also a type of protection or an exclusive right given to the applicant or the owner or to the entity for a period of 20 years from the date of filing. So if you have filed a patent on 1st of February 2022, it will be, and if it is being granted to you, it will be valid till 31st of January 2042. So a patent is an exclusive right given to the applicant or the owner for, I'm taking one example, infrared heaters. So a process of making infrared heaters, a machine for manufacturing infrared heaters. An article can be infrared heaters. A composition of matter, any pharmaceutical or drug, or an improvement over the existing invention. So I take one example. Dr. Selva Kumar sir comes to me that he has invented, or he has some done an improvement of a dyeing machine. A dyeing machine was working on 100 degrees Celsius temperature. So he has done something that is now working on 30 degrees Celsius temperature with five times more efficiency. So that was improvement of the existing art. So a patent is given for a process, a machine, or an article, or a composition, or an improvement over the existing art for a period of 20 years. So what are the requirements for having a patent? First is non-obviousness. What are the unexpected results that you are achieving? I talk about Dr. Selva Kumar sir invention of dyeing machine. What were the unexpected result? Unexpected result were that dyeing machine is working on now on 30 degrees Celsius temperature. What is the new thing? New thing involved in it. The new thing is, it was used to be earlier working on 100 degrees Celsius temperature, and now you have reduced the temperature. Novelty. What is the uniqueness of your invention? Means if a dyeing machine is now working on 30 degrees Celsius temperature, what innovation that you have introduced in that dyeing machine, that is, it becomes an invention now. The invention is now working on 30 degrees Celsius temperature. So what novel or unique process or any components that were being involved for making the dyeing machine to work at 30 degrees Celsius temperature? What is the utility of the invention? The functionality of the invention. When I talk about design, I didn't say that functionality. I was focusing upon the design, the appearance. But when I talk about patents say that what is the functionality? What is what is the utility of the invention? I was saying in that a chair with a 4 leg, a chair with a 5 leg, or chair with 6 legs. But in patent, the examiner will ask me, what is the functionality of a chair with a 5 leg or chair with a 4 leg? So these are three requirements for having a patent: non-obviousness, novelty, and utility. So while you are going for your patent application, you have to make sure it should be new.
Sir, I'm having a doubt.
Yes.
Sir, these three are the requirements, of course, but when we consider these three, sometimes our results may be better than the previous one, or sometimes it may be worse from the previous one.
Yes.
Better means best. Better means it is okay. That is what every article sir necessitates, or that is what even we necessitate that one. But even if it is worst, is it possible to patent that one?
So, first of all, I will be answering your question at the last of this patent session.
Okay.
What you can do and what you can't do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, sure. Thank you.
So, before filing your patent, not before filing your patent, for have for getting a grant, you need to have these three things. You need to make sure that is non-obviousness should be there, something new should be there, any unique or novel feature is there, and what is the utility of your invention. You know, India's first patent was invented in 1856. The Pankha bowling system was granted to George the Penning in 1856. It was novel at that time, not now. In 1856, India's first, second, third patent is granted to George the Penning. So the first patent is an efficient Pankha pulling system. Sony is coming up with is has filed a patent application in the US and is and claiming that into a remote while you are playing on PlayStation. Means you can convert a nearby fruit, nearby mouse